Getting jiggy with it.
I think we see Willis coming out.
Johnson cuts left, now fires a three. It is good, and he's fouled!
Hey guys, what's up? We're back with the Terry
and Trey mixtape.
Exactly. So we're here, and it's summer, right? So there's not a lot going on now. Summer league's over. Guys are hanging out. There's one thing to talk about, though.
We really want to emphasize how much we are loving David Fizdale as the choice for our coach.
Listen,
Tell me what to do, David. We're here.
This is a family show. So the middle finger I have for Stephen A. Smith, I'm going to keep down right now. But you keep talking about Mark Jackson. He would not be putting in the effort that David Fizdale is putting in week over week, day over day. Last show we spoke about him at Summer League. Where is he at right now?
In Latvia.
Latvia, baby.
Latvia.
In love with Chris Stapps. Him and his wife in love with Chris Stapps. Having a great time. Balling on Porzingis' court.
Right? This is, it's not just people might say, oh, just a gesture, he just went there, but this is the stuff that matters, right? I mean, Chris is from a small country, not a well-known country. It's like he's going to Spain to go meet him in Ibiza or something.
Paris.
Or Paris or anything like that. He's going to meet this guy in Latvia while he's going through one of the worst, the worst injury of his career, and probably one of the hardest things he's ever been through. And he's there supporting him. He's there hanging out with him. You see him in the pictures. They're being playful. And you feel like this team and these guys are gonna run through a wall for Fizz. He is just giving you that vibe, and we spoke about it last week, right? That uncle vibe, where it's like, this guy cares, and that's we feel like he really cares, and the players are gonna feel that even more than us. And as fans, as Knicks fans, we've always been kind of critical of the front office, critical of the coaching staff. We want this culture change, and we talk about this word all the time. And Fizdale said it from his first interview, and what we've seen since he's been hired has been nothing but him living up to his word.
Absolutely, 100%. And so we're Marvel comic fans, as maybe some of you are, and we are actually making reference to Fizdale being
Professor X. You see what we're doing, and we'll talk about the signings in a little bit. We've been bringing a lot of these guys who are like failed prospects, things like that. Young guys still though, who maybe they had a couple bad stints when they started in the NBA. But now, they're still young.
We kind of feel like we got the School of Fizdale going on right here.
The School of Fizz. I like it. School of Fizz.
School of Fizz. And he is training these guys. He's taking them under his wings. Yeah. These are guys that were, I don't want to say failed guys, but guys that were like really high in their draft picks. Went in the last few years, they were picked really high in the draft and have kind of not panned out to what we thought they were going to be.
Exactly.
And I had this feeling like Fizdale is sort of taking them under his wings, and he's like, no, I'm going to nurture you guys and give you the right attention, the right training, and the right molding to be who you guys really can be.
I am out here for you. You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay? Just, God, help me. Help me, Rod. Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you.
It feels like an 80s movie or a 90s movie where you got like the ragtag group of random kids and you bring them together and they can become something greater. Yep. But you just said you feel like that. The front office clearly feels like this because we're targeting these guys. Getting Hazonia in free agency. Getting Noah Vonleh. What's his wingspan?
7'3".
That's
like,
what Fizdale
ridiculous,
likes.
And we already know that Fizdale likes this
long,
big. Vonleh. Fournette came out on him. He stayed in front of him.
Welcome to the league. and Portis and Vonleh. They run the floor.
So it looks like we're building a team of guys that not only do Fizdale like their physical profile in terms of what they can do in the court, but I think we're looking at like what Fizdale's strengths are as a developmental coach, someone who can get you from point A to point B, and bringing these guys on who we really feel that he's going to work with closely and make sure they become the guy they should be.
Do we right now, as the New York Knicks, have like, did we get like pick 1 through 10 just
That's
now?
What it is, right?
Over the last few years, it seems like we now have a roster of like we had every pick 1 through 10. Vonleh was picked 9 in the 2014 draft.
Vonleh was 9. It's great. Vonleh was 9 in 2014. Knox was 9 this year, of course. And if you look at it, I just did added it up. We had 8 picks in the top 10 in the last few drafts. That isn't even including Mitchell Robinson, who's really like a first-round pick, even though he was picked in the second.
Right.
So I love what they're doing. I think, you know what's great about it? It's low risk, high reward. You're not paying these guys a lot of money. You're bringing them in on low contracts.
But they're getting great.
You might have an opportunity to get great return. Yeah. These guys do crazy well. Who are they going to attribute it to? Fizdale and the Knicks. They're not as likely to just jump for the money on their next contract, especially if they had a bad career so far and they feel like David Fizdale is the one who took them to that next level. So I think it's a great move, especially in a year with KPR where we're just trying to see what's going to happen. So I'm excited. I think we're, between him going to Latvia and everything, the players are bringing in and everything he said, he's just been on point. He's not said a word wrong so far. And it's just kind of hard, honestly, to not get excited about a coach like that.
Yeah, we are, again, just so happy that Scott and Steve chose this guy.
Scott and Steve, I like that. Scott and Steve.
Scott and Steve. Stephen A. Get off of Mark Jackson. Are you kidding me already?
Man.
Like, no, he would not have been the right fit for us. And more, I feel like Fizdale is proving that Mark Jackson was not the coach for us. Having said that, the season hasn't actually started. So we're seeing lots of great background from Fizdale. We're seeing all of this great potential for him. But let's see when the season actually starts. It seems that these guys are all going to respond to him. It seems that these guys are going to want to work for him and do their best for him. You know when you have that teacher, like in high school or in college, who you really like so much, so you really do well in their class.
Even though you're not doing anything in the other classes.
Right. You want to do really well for that teacher because you really like them. I feel that Fizdale is going to bring that out in these guys.
These guys, their other classes were their previous teams. Ooh. Now they're coming to English 101 with Fizdale and they're excited. But yeah, you summed it up, right? Like, he really feels like he's committing to this. And on Stephen A. Smith, what I hate about Stephen A. Smith right now is that even when he talks about Fizdale, he still tosses in his Mark Jackson or, I would have preferred Mark. Shut up!
You know what?
I can't stand it.
I listen to Stephen every day, and I do think that a lot of the stuff that he does is sort of to drum up that, like, controversy.
No, I'm shutting you down. I'm shutting you down. Yeah. Stephen A. Smith sucks. He called Chris Stapps Pingus or whatever.
He did. He doesn't know to pronounce these guys' names.
You ain't no real Knick fan.
Frank Ntilikina.
Right?
Porzingis. Let's learn the names, at least. At the very least. Stephen A., come on.
Come on, man.
Step up.
I've seen the play 1,000 times.
Who was the guy that injured him?
I know exactly. Or that
Giannis?
Antetokounmpo? So, Chris Stapps did an interview with the Players Tribune, and it was great. He basically spoke about his ACL rehab and what's going on with him and how he's feeling mentally and physically.
I like that too, right? I love that he focused on the mental part.
Yeah, he seems so strong, mentally strong. Definitely we could see physically what he's working with. His doctors have been there in some of his interviews or some of his video clips that he's been doing.
Yeah.
And he's really showing to me that he is ready to be back in the game, but bringing a whole new energy, a whole new vibe, and just really appreciating his strength that he has and where he's been able to come from after getting the injury. He spoke about short-term memory in a really good way. I love the positive spin on it because he spoke about, this injury happened. Of course, he thinks about it daily, but he also realizes that he has to put that out of his mind and move forward to where he wants to be.
Yeah, I think what we've seen from him, you know what it is? We're seeing him grow up. Sometimes I realize we talk about him, we forget that he's still 22.
He's like my baby.
He's a little baby. He came to New York, he dealt with the booze. He said, I'm going to turn him into chairs. He improves every season, and this last season, he took such a leap forward in the first couple months of the season. And we're seeing him become a man, in a way. And I think he has such a good attitude about this rehab, looking at it as just another step in his process to become who he's supposed to be. And for someone who's going through a devastating ACL injury, that's the best you can hope for, right? So I think it was really cool watching this. It's cool, any kind of like morsel of information we get about his injury, we're like lapping it up. I think sometimes we forget he's on the team in a way. Because we're talking about Fizdale.
We've been building so much without him. We're building so much right now. Exactly. We're building this team without him, knowing though that he is about to join the team again.
Right,
he's going to be there soon.
Yep, and take us to the next level.
Oh my God, his first game back is going to
we will
bananas.
Be there. Guarantee we're gonna be at the first game back no matter what. What if it's on the road?
Are we traveling?
We have to travel.
How far away is it? How far away is this game?
We'll figure that out.
No, his first game back is going to be in New York.
You think they'll hold him out, right?
The media is going to... the
team's
money,
going to hold him out.
Yeah, they're going to wait. They're going to wait.
They're going to hold him out. But it'll be interesting. You know, a lot of how he comes back depends on how the team does. If we're doing pretty well, they may feel more inclined to bring him back around around that January, February period.
Beginning of the new year.
Right, because when we usually fall apart...
Yeah, so we're always like gung-ho for New York, let's go, because their games usually are really good.
Last 3 years,
so at the beginning of the season, we start off really hot and heavy, we're like, great, and then January comes, and you guys know, you're Knicks fans, January comes, and it's like...
Exactly. But, hopes out for this year. I think as well, this season, we all got to kind of chill. These are young guys, we're excited, we got to see them play. But back to Kristaps quickly, this was great. It's great to hear from him. It's great to see him. He's getting all the support. I think the kind of worries we had, especially with Phil Jackson about him leaving, they're kind of gone now. And I think, especially with Fizdale, we spoke about before, it really feels like he's here. He's going to be the king of New York, and he's going to lead us to a championship before 2030. All right? That's what I want. Championship before 2030.
Just one.
So in the last week, your favorite...
Yeah, I do like
Enes Kanter has been on his little media tour. Like, he's got some movies coming out or something. This guy can't stay off TV.
Everybody wants to play at MSG. Or everybody wants to play good at MSG. I just said, hey, don't mess with my man. Because I see my teammates like my family.
Right.
Okay, there you go. The king of New York. There you go. But I was like, there's no way messing with my man. I get on his face. This is the shoe. I hate it.
What did you think?
So he's a little extra.
Right?
We like Enes a lot. He has that great energy, and I think whatever team he's playing for, he's really gung-ho for his team. Yes, we loved when he stood up for Frank against LeBron, but he's a little overboard right now.
Right? He's like, oh, Durant's coming. I'm like, dude,
he's
chill.
giving some extra information.
Right.
Finally, but no information.
Information
with no
right?
real information.
See, I know for once, the Knicks aren't under like a ton of media scrutiny, right? There's no talks of like player revolt or this coach getting fired. Everything's positive. People like Fizdale, people like Knox and Mitchell a lot, people like Okoro. So I kind of feel like, Enes, don't say anything. Like, for once, we're not under the microscope. Just
don't say too much.
Don't say too much. I don't know what that was. What song is that?
No idea.
Yeah, no, I have no clue. But, I mean, it's cool. Enes is a personable guy. It's on the flip side, it's kind of cool to see someone being so positive about us, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's talking a lot about players that he thinks are going to be coming here, superstars that want to come play for the New York Knicks.
With no real information.
However, he's only on a one-year contract, right?
At this point,
at this point, he may be one of the players that we're actually letting go to allow that superstar to come play with us.
And it seems to be good in PR. I hope he's as good as math. Because he's going to realize next year that money's going to dry up quick if we really are about these max deals. So we'll see. I mean, it's kind of cool. I guess it's kind of cool to see him on TV talking about us. He got Colin Cowherd to wear a Knicks hat.
He did.
Which is pretty cool.
He did an interview in a Knicks shirt.
Yeah, he was
in his Knicks shirt. Double O on the back.
Right. He's the definition of doing the most. But, I can't hate it too much. It's the summer, like you said, kind of dead season. So, Enes is getting his shine on. But he loves that stuff. He loves the spotlight. I think it's
he loves the spotlight, and we love his energy.
We love his energy. You can't deny last year he was such a good teammate. Yeah. Signing up for players, paying through injuries. So, we'll see.
Signing up for his brothers.
His blood brothers. Yeah.
His brothers.
Frank. So, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. You've made a mistake saying I cannot run this race.
And lastly, we want to talk about 2019 and what we think and where we think the team is going for this next year.
Right, so all the talk on Twitter, right, is like, oh my god, 2019, we're gonna get Kyrie and Durant and Jimmy Butler. And I'm kind of like, can we just like chill? This core is so young, right? They can develop.
All under 23?
All under 23, right?
Not even 25, 23.
Right, there's no reason to you rush these guys into competing, especially when the Warriors are there and no one's probably beating them for a little bit anyway.
Let these guys play. Let them play out a season. Again, this is something that I talk about with the Knicks.
Right.
They keep changing the pieces of the puzzle all the time. Let these guys play. Let them have a year, 2 years together to play and nurture and like learn each other.
Right.
Know how to play with each other.
Just calm down.
But my thing is, I don't know if we should be... You know, we did this in 2010. We were trying to get LeBron. We were trying to get Bosh even. We couldn't get the guys we wanted. I think we even had a little thing in for Wade. We ended up with Amari, and we paid him all this money because we had to get someone. Then we traded the team for Carmelo, and then we got stuck.
I say let's keep these guys that we have. Let these guys play for a couple years. Don't like trade off and get these new guys and these superstars. No, let's stick with our core. Let these guys play. Let's see where they go. Let's see how they develop as players.
Right, exactly.
And then let's decide. So let's not look at 2019, but more so 2020.
Right. We got Giannis and AD. They're going to be free agents at some point. I'm not saying like next year, you know, we're getting calls from guys who are interested. We're not like, oh no, leave us alone. It's not that. The idea is Jimmy Butler, and I think specifically this is about him. He's 29, he's a little bit injury prone, he's had problems in his last 2 locations. In Minnesota, he's causing a little bit of issues now, and at the Bulls when he was about to leave. And I'm kind of like, dude, why are we going to pay a 29-year-old all this money? I don't think Jimmy Butler and Kyrie gets us to a championship. So I'm like, if you're going to spend this money, you better make sure you're winning a ring. So you're getting the ring. So I kind of feel like, let's just see how these guys go. I'm not opposed to adding Kyrie or Kemba. Add them into the mix a little bit. But you know when you're cooking, they tell you add the ingredients one by one. Yeah.
I'll teach you my recipe.
Exactly.
I like that. I like
right?
that. I like that.
Add them in. Stir the pot a little bit. Let's see what we have. Taste the gumbo.
Stir the pot and taste it.
Take a taste.
Let's see where we go.
And let's just build it slowly. Let's see what happens this year. Let's see if Izonia balls out. We want to give him a 2-3 year deal at a decent price to see where he's going to be. There's no need for us to go all in. And what's a little annoying sometimes I see on Twitter is that a lot of the fans are excited that we're building, right? They're like, oh my god, the Knicks are finally rebuilding. But those same fans are then going around saying,
let's get him.
let's get Kyrie next year. I'm like,
they would take LeBron. They would take LeBron if LeBron was a free agent.
Oh my god, they would.
They would take LeBron. And I don't want LeBron here. I think
Yeah.
LeBron is an amazing player, but I don't necessarily want him here.
King of New York, my ass. Anyway, so like we said, let's just take it slow. I think, you know, we got so excited about the young core, not just us, everyone, right? And I know it's been on our minds, but here's how I feel. These guys are young, but they have to actually play on the court. So let's see what happens this season. As you said before, Fizdale's the right guy. Let it happen. Let it happen. Let it happen slowly.
Organically.
Exactly. Alright guys, so that's it for this week. We know it's a summer, so there's not like a ton of stuff going on, but we're going to keep you guys entertained. We're going to be launching very soon our Legend series. We're going to look through some of the cool moments
Talk
that's
about
happened.
some great moments that some of them you may see in the beginning of our clip or beginning of our show. You'll see some of the clips from some great New York Knicks moments. And we hope there's many more to come in the future.
Yeah, fingers crossed. But we will be breaking those down, giving you the context behind it, showing why it was so important to the Knicks' history and what it means to us today. So definitely look forward to that.
And we also want to give a shout out to Tashanique Boutique for Terry's wardrobe today.
Yeah.
It was a little Jamaican shirt.
So I'm not Jamaican, I'm from Trinidad, but you know, I support my Caribbean people. So shout out to Tashanique Boutique for this dope shirt.
About a yard and abroad.
Yeah, about a yard and abroad. But if you want it, we're gonna have links in the description so you can get the shirt yourself. And she has some rare designs that were really cool. So shout out to Tashanique Boutique. You can follow the store on Instagram as well. But that's it for now. You know, great to talk to you guys again, and we'll see you guys soon.
Peace out.